Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be looking at how to maximize your whole profitability on the Alephium ecosystem. So this includes mining and the other side of it in terms of staking on the AyinSwap app. We're going to be covering everything, so from start to finish, mining down to the staking and how you can unstake the rewards at the end. So this is going to be to maximize all of our profitability on the Alephium whole ecosystem. So it's a step-by-step guide. This is how I'm doing it, so I might as well show you guys how to do it as well, just so you can make a little bit more on your Alephium that you've mined or that you've bought. So let's get into the first part of it, which is going to be the mining side. So those of you who do have hardware out there, GPUs, FPGAs currently, I'm saying this for the future as well, there might also be ASICs, but it's the same process in terms of the mining side. I'm going to show you how to set up the Alephium GPU miner. I know that there's FPGAs coming in now, but in the future there'll probably be strictly ASICs on the network if you're watching this a couple months or even a year down the line probably. So first thing you want to do is get a wallet from the Alephium website. So all links to everything will be in the description below under sources, so you can click around and get to all of these links that I'm using. And here we have either a desktop wallet, extension wallet, or mobile wallet. So the mobile wallet is probably the easiest one to get. You can just download it on your phone, but it's not as secure, obviously. The desktop wallet is the most secure, I believe, and then you have an extension wallet. As we can see here with Chrome, if we just click into it, it does take us to a wallet website. So it's on the extension wallet, and we just create a new wallet. Today we're going to be using the desktop wallet, just because I already have that set up. So all you do is you click on Get Desktop Wallet, and it should bring you to this desktop wallet page. You click on your operating system, so Windows. As you can see there in the corner, it's starting to download, so one download in progress. And it will come up with the latest version of the Alephium wallet. So then you have 2.2.2, but it could obviously be later on down the line, so it doesn't really matter about the version. Then once you have the wallet downloaded, it's going to take you through a bunch of steps. So you're going to have to install it, which is fine. You just click through. And then it's going to bring you to this kind of screen. I've already got my wallet imported, so you can either import or create a new one. If you click on this, it just asks you to, which will take you through the 24 seed phrase step, and then you have to memorize that or write it down or whatever and input it back into the system to create the wallet. Or you can import a previous one which you had, so this could be one from the desktop or one from another computer. It doesn't really matter as long as you get the wallet address. So once you have the wallet open, all of this is obviously locked because I don't want to show you necessarily all of my wallet, but you can obviously find it out from the wallet address if you type that in. But we're mainly looking for the wallet address to start mining on. So this is all you need. Is once you're into the wallet, it will give you a wallet address at the top. Now you can create more, so if you click see more, you can click add new address and it's just going to create a new one for you. However, this is your main group 0 wallet. So when it comes to mining or sending stuff into it, I would use your group 0 wallet. So once you have the wallet set up, we can actually start to mine the coin. So if we go over to lolminer right here, there are a bunch of miners that you can use for Alephium. I'll display them right here on Hashrate NO. So you can use BZ miner, lolminer, regal miner, and SRB miner. They have dual pairs here. So they have regal miner for Ergo and Alephium. They have lolminer and T-Rex for Ethereum Classic and Alephium, then Ethereum POW and Alephium, and then you have Hypera and Alephium, which is on these respective miners. And as you can see here, the fees are listed right here. So lolminer is working at 0.75, BZ miner is slightly lower. We're just going to use lolminer today because we already have it set up. So once you're in the lolminer page, as I said, linked in the description, you can come down, select your operating system. We'll just download this one. Now it might say suspicious download blocked. So it does this with all mining programs. You can just click this arrow, then you can click on download suspicious file. It'll just bring it up to your downloads. From there, you actually want to extract the file and it should give you something that looks like this. Now I've deleted many of these files. These are called Windows batch files. And basically they tell the miner what to do. It basically gets put into the command line, and I won't bore you with the intricacies of it. This is all you need to know, is that they control into the miner. So it tells the miner what to mine. So normally lolminer comes with around 20 to 30 of these, and I've deleted most of them. This was from our 4060 testing video, so we're just going to use this one today. So normally if you right click and edit, it's going to bring up a bunch of text. Now these are obviously input already, so everything here is set. However, I will go through everything right now. So lol miner at the start, so that's the miner that you're using, the algorithm, which is Alephium, the pool, which is hero miners currently, that's what it's set to. But if you want to choose a different pool, as I said, linked in the description, you can choose any of these pools and they will run you through the setup. For example, hero miners, if you click into it and you click at the top here, start, it's going to show you the servers and the ports. And then if you scroll down, it'll give you the batch file text, which you need to copy. So this is for Regal Miner. Lol Miner 1, as you can see here, is very similar to what we have here. Now, if you're in any of these countries, you want to select the one that's closest to you and put that as your server. So right now we're using DE, which is in Germany. However, if you're in Canada, you would come back here and you just replace this with CA, because it says right there, CA Alephium HeroMiners.com. And then lastly, what you want to do is input your wallet address. So this is the user side, and you can add a worker name by putting a full stop and then inputting whatever worker name you want. I'll show you how this reflects right here. If you scroll down, your worker name will be displayed here once you actually start mining, and it will say whatever you've input as your worker name. So this allows you to have multiple rigs and keep track of them. So all of this at the end is all overclocking, and we'll get into that now. However, this is the main part of the mining file that you want to set up firstly. So once this is set up, I'd say do a test run just to make sure that this actually mines. I'll show you what it looks like now. So all you should have to do is double click it. However, for setting overclocks, I do want to make this very clear. In lol miner, you have to right click, or any mining program, you have to go to properties and you have to go to compatibility, and you need to tick this run as an administrator box. This is going to allow the overclocks to be applied. Normally you could do it externally. Because we're using the overclocks here that we've set out, we have to run it as an administrator. So when you double click into the actual miner file, this is what should pop up. Now I've disabled one of my devices from mining, which is the 1080, because we're recording on it. This will show up for you if you double click that miner file and you haven't set overclocks. As I said, we'll go back into overclocks in a little minute. I'm just showing you what it looks like in terms of the miner. So this is how it functions. You can see the authorized worker, which is your wallet address, and then connected to the pool there, so AlephiumHeroMiners.com, and then we can see our average speed, so how much mega hash we're getting, and then which GPUs found a share and at what difficulty. And then after mining for around 1 minute, it will display the whole information for the GPU that you're mining on. If you have multiple ones, it will show that as well. It will show the clocks, the mem clocks, the core temperature, shares, the hash rate to the pool, and the hash rate that is recording on the miner, what your best share was on the network, and you can add more information in if you actually go into the overclocking side, which we'll get into now. So now that you've tested it for mining, you can actually apply overclocks, and as I said, you need to run it as an administrator for these overclocks to apply. Now, to add these into this command line, you need to use specific things, as in the core offset, and these are going to be different for every miner that you use. So lol miner is different to BZ miner, is different to Regal miner. On lol miner, they have on the front page, if you click back from the lol miner, you can go into here, click on releases, and it should show you, if you scroll down, a bunch of parameters that you can input. So this is basically overclocking, but the parameters do other things that you can actually, so you can disable certain devices, you can mine to certain algorithms, but the main ones that you're probably going to be using are these overclock options here. So this is for the core clock, the core offset, the mem clock, the memory offset, power limit, fan, and the OC reset. So as you can see here, we have core offset, core clock, memory clock, power limit, and the fan. And then we've disabled our last device. You don't really need to worry about that. That's just for our recording purposes. Now, if you want the best overclocks, I would say that we would go to Hashrate NO. We would click on benchmarks, and then you'd find your GPU out of this list. I do want to mention that in the future, there's probably going to be FPGAs, so there won't necessarily be overclocking in terms of listed on Hashrate NO, but this is obviously for your GPU miners out there that do still GPU mine on Alephium. So you find your GPU, let's say you're on the 4070 Super, you click on that, and it should give you at the side here all of this command line that you can actually use. Instead of actually inputting it yourself, they've actually put all the correct overclocks here. So all you click is this little button here, and then you should be able to actually paste it into your miner file. If we click Ctrl V here, we can see that that has copied over. So the only thing that I do notice is that they don't put a fan speed, because there's different fan speeds for different GPUs in terms of what temperatures you want to run it at. But the fan for lol miner is just double line, and then it's fan and whatever speed you want it to run at as a percentage. So if it's 100%, that means the fans are going to go at 100%. And then subsequently, if you take it down, that's what it's going to be. So that's how you set overclocks. Now, the ones on Hashrate NO are kind of like a baseline figure. As you can see here, it's a medium overclock. It's not going to be pushing the card to the fullest extent. However, it will at least give you more hash rate and better efficiency. You can also increase these if you want to. Memory clock for Alephium should always stay at 810 because there's no memory being used in Alephium mining, so keep that at 810 for all GPUs. And then I would just mess with the core offset and the core clock. Then the power limit and fan is up to you. So once you've obviously mined, you would be able to come here, and all you have to do to actually check on your miner is input your wallet address into this search bar. We just click lookup, and it's going to find all the information on your miner at that current time. So if you have two miners mining to the same wallet address, you can actually scroll down, and as you can see there, one of our workers is working. However, if you had two, it would display two workers. So it shows hash rate over the hour, 6, 24, last share, and how many shares you've gained for that mining session. Then it'll show you weekly estimated earnings and monthly and daily. Recent block rewards if you're doing solo mining, then it will show that as well. So once you have all that information and you want to work out profitability, I would suggest going onto the Alephium page on Hashrate NO. These calculators aren't the most accurate, however, they will be pretty accurate within a couple of cents. So if you're profitable by 50 cents, then I wouldn't necessarily matter about this profitability calculator, as long as you're getting, a decent profitability. And I'd say that's around 50 cents to $1 at current times, but could be more in the future. So all you do is you input your hash rate there. So we had 2 gigahash on our miner, and then we input our watts. So we had around 70 watts, and then the miner fee, which for lol miner was 0.75, and then the pool fee. So for hero miners, it was 0.9. All you do is you click calculate. If you want to change your power cost, you can change it in the corner here, and then it shows your profitability of 48 cents in 1 day. It will also show you down here what the chances are to find a block in a day if you want to do solo mining, and you'll find a block every 9 days at that gigahash and watts. So that's basically the whole of the mining side covered for Alephium. So there's one way to be profitable on Alephium. Instead of actually buying the coin, you can mine it and you'd make extra profits from that. So that's the whole point that us miners would mine Alephium, is to have that extra profitability left over, which in theory should be free if you're in the profitable ranges. Now, once you've started mining, if you didn't mine, then it will just be in your wallet address. But if you did mine, this is getting sent to your wallet address. So it could be that you just want to maximize your Alephium profitability from here onwards, as in you didn't mine Alephium, you just bought it. So this section of the video is for you. However, if you did mine, it would display your balance here and then availability and locked. So Alephium does lock some of the rewards for a certain amount of time before it can actually be processed on the chain. And then you have available balance here. So as I said, we're trying to maximize profitability here. So what you can do is actually stake your Alephium through the AyinSwap app. So because of smart contracts on Alephium, we can do staking on Alephium, and we have a bunch of liquidity pools that we can add our Alephium into. So on ayin.app/stake, as I said, we'll leave this in the description below, you click connect, and then you connect whichever wallet you're using. So today we're using desktop wallet. It should actually bring up the desktop wallet if you click into it. And then all you have to do is click accept. There you can see that the wallet is connected, so it's displaying 0.0, And now all we have to do is add liquidity into these pools. So how do you do this? Well, you go into trade, and then you see your Alephium amount there. And then you want to input how much Alephium you want to trade into AYIN. So let's just say that we want to trade 5 Alephium. That gives us 1.08 AYIN. And then you have the price displayed there. So 1 AYIN equals 4.6, the expected output, the price impact, and the minimal received after slippage. All you have to do is click swap. It's going to take you back into your desktop wallet, and you just have to click send. That's going to send the Alephium over to the actual AyinSwap app. Now, a few things I want to mention. This is kind of like a relatively slow process because the smart contracts for Alephium, however, they are quick. They do take a while to actually update onto the AyinSwap app. So I don't think it's necessarily to do with the chain. It's just to do with the two apps working together. So there could be a period around 2 to 5 minutes where nothing's happening, and then it will update. And you're looking for confirmation within your wallet, and you should see this figure go up as well after this is confirmed. So as you can see there, it says swapped a few seconds ago. We have Alephium to AYIN, and then it shows the swap. And you can look this up on the Alephium Explorer to see that gone through. And at the top there, we have 1.0803 AYIN in our wallet. So now what you would want to do is either you can convert this to X AYIN. So what you would input is a bunch of AYIN. You could mint it for 1X AYIN, and it shows you the APR here. So 37.18%, that's what you're going to get back within the year. However, there are other ways to maximize more than this percentage, and this is in the liquidity pools. So they have 4 displayed here. This is AYIN to Alephium, this is USDT to Alephium, this is number go up to Alephium, and this is ALPH to Alephium. So there's varying percentages on that. There's 161 over the year, there's 89, 188.7, and then 52. I would say to stick to the safe side, either use the USDT or the AyinSwap app one. I do like these other tokens and coins, but this is for maximizing profitability. So USDT is probably going to be the best one going forward because we're probably going to see more influx of USDT onto the Alephium network because they have implemented that bridge to the Ethereum network. So what you want to do now, once you've got your AYIN in your app, you can actually click on liquidity, add liquidity, and it's going to ask you to add the amount of Alephium to the amount of AYIN. So if you have, say, 1 AYIN and you click max, it's going to ask you for 4.985 Alephium, and all you have to do is add liquidity there, and that's going to give you some LP tokens. So you add liquidity, it's going to ask you in your wallet again. So we click into here, click send, and it should confirm on the network again within, a couple of minutes. I just want to mention as well, you can see actually in the Alephium wallet the tokens here. So you have Alephium, then you have the AYIN token, which is this one, and then you have the Alephium AYIN. So this is the swapped LP. Now this is going to show up as unverified. These are verified, but this isn't because it's actually 2 of the coins put together. Also, if we take off discrete mode so we can actually see the figures, you can tell that it's updated here because it says that you've submitted 5.01 Alephium and you in return have got 1.08 AYIN. So once this has gone through, as we can see here, we have the minus 1.08 and then minus 4.99 Alephium, and that gives us 2.29 ALPH AYIN, and this is actually the ALPH AYIN liquidity token that we're talking about. And as you can see there in the AyinSwap app, this shows you how much LP tokens you have. You swap into AYIN and then you combine AYIN and Alephium, and that gives you these LP tokens. Now all you have to do is stake into these. If you want to do the same process but for USDT, you click on trade, you click here, and you select USDT here. So through the Alephium bridge, and you can select any of these if you want to as well. Now when it comes to staking LP, all you have to do is click stake, and then you click your amount and click stake, and it's going to go through the same process. However, one of the best ways to actually gain more on this network is to use the pounder function. So this is going to take your LP and it's going to actually compound it over time. So with this staking here, you actually have to claim the rewards and stake them back in. However, the pounder is basically done on auto mode, so it'll restake back in whatever you get back. And then all you have to do is type in how much you want to compound. So we're going with the maximum amount. You click pound, and then it's going to actually update, and it's going to ask you for permission here. As I said, there is expected fees for all of this, but they're relatively cheap on the Alephium network. Click send, and it's going to do the same thing here. So it's going to convert the ALPH, AYIN, and the Alephium fee into this liquidity pounder. And if we're looking at the figures on the liquidity pounder, it's 124% over the year. So that's obviously going to increase and decrease depending on the price of AYIN and Alephium. And we'll look a little bit into that at the end. However, if you use it this way, I'm just going to say this, I'd recommend that you maybe put, 30 to 40% of your Alephium holdings into this whole thing, as in you would swap 20% into AYIN and then create a liquidity token with the extra 20%, and then maybe leave 60% of it in the Alephium token overall, because that safeguards you against this going down, obviously, but it also allows you to have freedom that you can make more profitability on your mining or the Alephium that you've bought. So once that's updated, you can see there we are pounding 2.288 LP, and that's going to compound over time. So we have 124% there. If you stake your LP here, you can get 190% on USDT, you can get 89% on AYIN ALPH, 52, and then 161 for these respective liquidity pools. Now, if you want to look at the stats and the price and market cap of all these, you can see here the ALPH AYIN one, you can see the relative price to Alephium. So this would be 1 AYIN equals 4.76 Alephium. If we click on the all-time chart, you can see how this has progressed over time. We had a big jump up there. That's when the price of Alephium wasn't as big as it is now, so obviously it's going to decrease relative. And you can see the percentages at the top, so 58%, minus 7.79 for the USDT one. We can click on all time. You can see that this has actually gone up a lot more than what we had with the ALPH to AYIN one, just because a lot of people would be using USDT as it's one of the biggest coins out there. So you can see the amount of volume that's in it, and then you can see the overall market cap here of 6.2 million. So Alephium, I believe, has a market cap of around 180 million. So this captures a small percentage of the market cap of Alephium right in there. So if you're early to this and you have followed the guide, you can kind of maximize those profits that we mined. I would say if I was going based off what to actually stake into, I'd say ALPH to AYIN and then Alephium to USDT. I wouldn't bother with the rest of them. They're kind of just for speculation. This number go up one did have a nice price increase, I believe, over the time. So it started down here and then crept all the way up to here. So that's a 5x increase. However, I would stick to just base ones like the AyinSwap one or the Alephium to USDT. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and you've learned how to actually maximize some profitability, as I said, at your own risk. This is still considered small at 2.6 million. However, I believe it will be going up in the future. Obviously, if Alephium's price goes up more, a lot of more people will actually stake into this to gain more Alephium. So if any of this information did help you, please leave a like and subscribe. As I said, everything that I've clicked on in this video is listed in the sources below, so you can click around and go through the whole process.